Hi, and welcome to the Early Retirement Roadmap podcast, the show where I help you prepare for and design a life you love after work. I'm Mike Upland, an early retiree at age 55. Imagine waking up on your first day of retirement. No alarm clock, no meetings, no deadlines. Sounds perfect, right? But here's what nobody tells you. Along with your job, 6 crucial things disappear overnight. This is a topic that doesn't get nearly enough attention. The 6 things that vanish when you retire early. Some of these might surprise you as they did for me when I entered retirement, and if you're not prepared, they could make your retirement more challenging than it needs to be. But let's be honest, retirement isn't just about escaping the grind or having endless vacations. It's also about adapting to the new realities that come with leaving the workforce. These 6 vanishing acts, they can catch you off guard like they did for me, but with the right mindset and planning, you can replace them with something even better. Let's kick things off with our first thing that vanishes, which is loss of purpose. For years, maybe decades, your purpose has been tied to your job. Meeting deadlines, leading teams, building a career. It's what got you out of bed in the morning. Without that built-in purpose, you might feel a little lost. I know I did, but as soon as I found a new purpose, it made retirement for me all that more enjoyable and certainly never boring. And you can have more than one purpose. For instance, I've started this podcast and a YouTube channel, also called Early Retirement Roadmap, to share my knowledge about early retirement and get lots of fulfillment in helping people. I spent more time gardening and learning the piano too. I'm also really focusing on my health in retirement. While I was working, my job was so stressful and busy, and as a result, I skipped exercising and stress ate. Plus, I would have bouts of insomnia and migraines. Taking better care of myself has really become part of my new purpose. And not only do I feel much better, I'm also ensuring that I can stay active and enjoy my retirement to the fullest, not to mention cutting potential healthcare costs in retirement by staying healthy. Your new purpose might look different. Maybe it's starting a part-time consulting business, mentoring young professionals, or even starting a podcast and YouTube channel like I did. The key is sharing your knowledge in a way that feels meaningful to you. Whatever it is, make sure it gives you a reason to get up in the morning. Speaking of getting up in the morning, the next one is routine. When you're working, your day has a natural structure. Commuting, meetings, coffee breaks, you name it. Retirement, it's like a blank slate. No one's telling you where to be or what to do, and that freedom can feel amazing. But I have found that you really need to create a routine for yourself as well, just like you were when you were working. This not only helps you accomplish the things you want to do, but I find it helps to make the days go by faster and combats any possible boredom. Here are some of the things I've set up as my routine. For each day of the week, I've assigned the necessary tasks that I must get done. For example, on Wednesdays, I do menu planning for the week and grocery shopping. Thursdays are when I pay all my bills, monitor my expenses, and check how my portfolio is doing. And well, you get the picture. Then I also add to each day the things I have on a to-do list that are mostly things around the house that may need fixing or cleaning up, that sort of thing. I've also been setting aside time to exercise each day. This is great for my health, but also lifts my spirits, especially when I can be outside. Then finally, the extra time during the day after all that I save for the fun stuff, like working on a podcast. The point is, I've created my own routine, and that has made all the difference in retirement for me, and I'm never bored or wondering what to do. For routine, think of it like building your ideal workday, except now you're the boss. Block out time in your calendar, just like you did at work, but also be flexible and leave time for the fun things. Maybe it's morning yoga at 8, coffee with friends at 10, and learning Spanish at 2. The structure keeps you grounded, but the flexibility keeps you free. If you're retired, what routines have you created? What also vanishes is your career journey. Your career journey comes with milestones. You have promotions, projects, and achievements, It's often a clear path with rewards along the way. But when you retire, that journey comes to an abrupt halt, at least career-wise. But the thing is, although my career journey ended, I'm really loving life in early retirement and I'm starting new journeys. For example, I'm starting this exciting journey taking my hand at having a podcast and a YouTube channel, which I hope will grow with your support. Really, I'm finding my journeys in retirement much more enjoyable than my career journey. Because if I'm honest, these journeys are my passions, versus my career always wasn't that way. When it comes to journey, you need new milestones to chase. Set annual goals in different areas of your life. Maybe it's aiming to run a 5K, maybe it's travel related and you have a goal to visit 3 countries you've never been to, or maybe you have a goal to read 24 books this year to learn 24 new things. Having these targets can give you that same sense of progress you used to get from work. What journeys have you created? Next one is your change in identity in retirement. I was surprised by how hard this one hit me. It's because for years my job as a healthcare IT analyst is what defined me, and I spent almost 30 years in that identity and building my career. So when that abruptly changed, it was a real mental shift for me. When you lose that identity, it feels really weird. However, what helped me is realizing I'm much more than the job I had. All of us are not defined by one single thing like that. We are all multifaceted. Retirement has really given me an opportunity to rediscover who I am after my former work life. Now I'm a traveler, gardener, piano player, a podcast and YouTube content creator, and I'm loving all of it. I moved on to these new identities. And you know what? Now I'm not missing my old work identity at all, and it no longer feels weird. What identity did you have, and what new identities do you now have if you retired? So besides your career journey ending, so does, of course, your career. The day I retired, it was sort of sobering that poof, that career that I had worked on and nurtured for just short of 30 years was gone. No more climbing the ladder or trying to impress the boss. And while that felt liberating, it also required an adjustment. For decades, work was the focus of my life. Suddenly, it wasn't there any longer. Think of retirement as your new career. Instead of chasing deadlines, start chasing experiences. Prioritize travel, hobbies, and relationships. Think of this as a chance to hit reset on your life. For me, I guess you can say I work some in the sense that I'm doing work to pursue my passions, like sharing my knowledge and experiences with this podcast and YouTube channel, not because I have to, but because I enjoy it. It's all about balance. And to be honest, it really doesn't feel like work because I'm having fun. How can you make retirement feel like your new career and feel you're making new career achievements? To replace that career achievement feeling, set yourself personal mastery goals. Maybe it's writing a book, learning to paint, or mastering a new language. The key is having something you can track and celebrate progress in, just like you did with your career milestones. Finally, let's talk about the social aspect of retirement. When you're working, you have a built-in social network with your colleagues and the career connections you have made over the years. And let's be honest, it can sting when those networking invites suddenly stop and the colleagues you worked with you barely hear from, if at all. It's certainly a change when most of your social network was through your job like mine, and then most of that is gone. But here's the silver lining. I found the relationships you build in retirement are often deeper and more genuine. It's because these are the people who value you for who you are, not what you do. If you can, start cultivating these friendships well before you retire, so you've got a strong support network when the time comes. So before you retire, ideally, or in retirement, build new social networks. Here are some ideas. Join hobby-based groups, attend community events regularly, volunteer with organizations, maybe host regular gatherings or dinner parties, or you could join clubs aligned with your interests. For these, focus on relationship quality over quantity. So those are the 6 things that vanish when you retire: purpose, routine, the journey, identity, career, and your social network. What things would you add to this list? Now, it might sound daunting, but with some planning and a willingness to adapt, you can replace these things that vanish with something even better. Remember, retirement isn't the end, it's a new beginning. Embrace the freedom, rediscover your passions, and design the life you've always wanted. If you're enjoying these insights, please leave a review and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. You can also catch the video version of this content on my YouTube channel, also called Early Retirement Roadmap. Until next time, this is Mike Upland. Take care and make the most of today.